Hi all. Hope you're all keeping safe and well. Here we go again. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Hope you found them informative. Today I want to talk to you about the implications of easing the lockdown on Civic Center. By the time you watch this video, the Prime Minister would have set out his plans for easing the lockdown. I don't have the details of what those plans would be yet, but we have been making preparations on the implications of what that might be in terms of staff occupying the Civic Center and members of the public visiting here as usual. So if you've watched Caroline's video, or if you watched the all-staff Q&A session last week, well, this week for me, but it will be last week by the time you watch this video, you may have already heard some of these implications and the preparations we're making for it, particularly around the Civic Center. As I have said before, we know that working from home works. We like it, and we don't want it to change. Having said that, I and others recognize, that some of you might now need a break from working from home and are itching to get back into the Civic Center. So the right thing to do is to find a way to make that happen for you. As such, we're making plans for this, of course. But we have to be mindful that those plans do not impact significantly on public transport. Obviously, we don't want to overload it. We also have to be mindful that we don't want to increase pressure on road traffic. Therefore, what's been agreed is that between 10 and 20 people from housing can be in the Civic Center on any one day. So if you'd like to be one of those people, please let your line manager know. But if there are too many people who are interested in coming on a regular basis, then your team may need to draw up a rota to make this happen. Because within the 10 to 20 people, we need to make sure that the essential staff who have to carry out interviews, are already given the allowance to come in. That's not to say that all interviews would have to happen here, but some of them will happen here because people would visit here. So do let your manager know. As you know, I've already shared some views around how we're going to carry out interviews going forward, and I can tell you that some work is now ongoing to make sure that works. Again, I repeat, if you have any ideas about recovery, I hope you have been having these discussions in your teams. I don't seem to have heard a lot of ideas back from you, but I am sure you have lots of good ideas, so it will be good to hear from you on that. Now, I want to talk about PPE, and to do that, I'm going to show you our stock of PPE. When you get this video, you will get a link to guidance on how to use PPE. I know there's a lot of people worried about PPE because they want to be safe. However, it is actually more important to not misuse PPE than to just use it for the sake of it. So I will implore you to look at the guidance, follow it. You will realize that in most cases you don't need PPE at all, but when you do, you have to put it on well in the right way, and you have to take it off in the right way. It's very, very important that you do this, because otherwise you may actually infect yourself. You may then get what you were trying to prevent yourself from getting. So you will find a link on the newsletter that takes you to the guidance. I implore you to follow that, and if you have any questions, let me know, and we'll make sure that Melanie Smith, who's the Director of Public Health, would be able to give you information. So I want you to see this here. This is our stash of PPE. And this is just a spillover from the storeroom. So there is absolutely nothing to worry about in terms of PPE. The council so far has spent 1.4 million on PPE and we haven't stopped. So nothing to worry about there. Okay.